I did write an article about it this week. You can find it on my website or on LinkedIn. But basically, Optum is reaching out. Now, this is saying it's a part of their Medicaid plans, but they're reaching out and stating that they're doing provider claim reviews. And within these reviews, basically what they're doing is they're going back through the patient's chart and they're sending snippets of what they're calling a pseudo claim to the providers and saying, essentially, please review. We would like you to update and add these diagnoses in to complete the patient's health picture. Yeah,
So
there's so many things wrong with this.
when you say they review the chart, are they reviewing past encounters or only the encounter that the claim is for?
So that's the thing. They are looking at the patient's chart information. They're not only looking at one date of service and what was addressed on that day. So when they're reaching out to these groups, they're saying, we've reviewed, everything that you've submitted to us. And remember too, another thing I can't help but to think about, and I don't think this is the situation in the letter that I saw, but remember, Optum is a part of that massive monopoly, we'll call it, with United Healthcare. Maybe not a complete monopoly because there's other people in the industry that are doing the same exact thing like Aetna that United Healthcare has done, where they own bits and pieces of everything. They own Optum, they own Change Healthcare. There's so many, arms that they have that it's just ridiculous that they're allowed to be in every part of the healthcare system. So when we see this coming from Optum, it's interesting because remember last year we had found out that Epic was partnering with United Healthcare to start giving insurance companies like United Healthcare access into Epic so that they would have full view of what's going on in the charts. So it's like this type of thing is exactly why I had an issue when we heard about that last year. And now we see that they're going to continue to pressure providers. And Michelle, my biggest concern here is not just the pressure, that really annoys me, but separate from that, think about how much we have or how many times we have situations that come up that providers will just deal with because they don't know what's being said truly. Or they'll say, well, Optum's asking, this must be something that we have to do, and direct their staff to go in and fix it. And maybe that staff isn't really trained. Maybe that staff doesn't have proper support